Would be the residence in Florida of former President Donald Trump. Now, he just released a statement saying that FBI agents have raided his Mar-a-Lago home in Palm Beach, a move that comes as prosecutors escalate their focus on the former U.S. president's conduct. Bloomberg's Bruce Einhorn joins us for more on this. Bruce, what do we know so far?
So we know that there's a statement from former President Trump that that the FBI has conducted a raid of his home in Mar-a-Lago. Trump said that, quote, "they even broke into my safe." And he added that Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024 are mistreating him. The White House referred to the Justice Department questions about this. The Justice Department has declined to comment on Trump's statement. We know that Trump is currently in New York City at Trump Tower, so is not there in Florida at the moment. Beyond that, we don't have any additional information.
Does this add, though, to speculation or perhaps a build-up of evidence that the Justice Department's investigation into what happened on January 6th is now turning increasingly to the former president himself?
Yes, so we do know that the Justice Department has a grand jury that is hearing testimony related to January 6th. Last month, the grand jury heard from top aides to former Vice President Mike Pence, including his chief of staff. There also are possible crimes that the January 6th committee has said that laid out that these are things that potentially could be things that the former president could be prosecuted for. Those would include the potential charges could include obstruction of an official proceeding and a conspiracy to defraud the United States. These are things that a California judge earlier this year said it was more likely than not that Trump and his lawyer John Eastman had committed. So it's possible that this raid by the FBI, if it has happened, is related to investigations of those potential charges.
Brought to you by Family Life, a nonprofit supporter of K-Love.
Here's the gates of Mar-a-Lago. Got a guy on a bike. It'll give me a chance to a lot of Trumpers along the street.
To see that people are there. He's on his way back. That's right. Yeah, he's on his way back. As he should. As he should. What, President Trump? We're walking back to Bingham Island. Yeah.
Can you talk to us right here?
Sure.
Okay. Can you tell us?
Hold on one second.
Sure.
Christy, come here. Christy, come here.
Because I thought he was in New York. Like,
He's on his way back. Christy, come. Stand over there. Where does it say video?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. All right.
Hi.
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me your name, what you do for a living?
My name is Jennifer. I live in Wellington. I'm a corporate flight attendant.
Uh-huh.
And I support our president since 2015.
Okay, so
I'm originally from Germany.
Originally from Germany.
Yes.
How old are you, Jennifer?
50.
50?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say 35.
50.
Tops.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What's your last name?
Edie.
Edie. How do I spell that?
E-A-D-Y.
E-A-D-Y. Okay.
Jennifer
So
Edie Wellington.
why did you come tonight after you heard the news?
Because the Biden administration, the Democrats, are weaponizing the FBI, and it has to stop. The FBI is not here to weaponize against another president. It never has happened before. They should go after things that are clearly a violation, meaning the Hunter laptop, which they don't even have to investigate because the laptop is right there, all the evidence is there. Hillary, all of that is not investigated. President Trump is investigated because they're scared that he's running and he will win again. And the Democrats are desperate. They're desperate at this point and they will do anything to stop our president from running again, which they will not succeed.
What do you think will happen tonight?
I hope a lot of Democrats who wake up and see that this is unheard of, this is unprecedented, it never has happened before, and it needs to stop. The corruption has to stop, the weaponization of the FBI has to stop, and I hope a lot of Democrats tonight wake up and see that this is wrong. It has never been done to another president before, and it needs to stop.
And are you expecting Trump to comment? Are you going to wait for him?
President Trump is on his way back, I was told by a source, and we will be here tomorrow as well to stand for our president, our rightful president.
Great. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Likewise.
Please report honestly about our president, Mr. Reuter. Thank you, guys. You good? All right. Thank you. All right.
chance to speak to the Republican chairman of the Palm Beach County GOP a little while ago, Michael Barnett. Here in part is what Mr. Barnett had to say.
Camilla wears the pen. Joe Biden wears the pins. And I called up the Pens customer service, and they wouldn't even tell me how many boxes of Depends they ship every month.
You guys are done talking shit about our president. We had it.
Yeah.
No more fake news. We've had it.
Fake news, no good.
Fake news. We will not allow you guys to talk trash about our president in not a second. It's enough. Enough of these liars is what you guys are. You are responsible for the demise of America, for reporting fake news. Sick of it. Sick of these lies. You should stay neutral and not take sides. That's what you should do, Mr. CNN.
What country are you from?
Germany already?
Cool. I'm from Canada.
Here we go. So you're in trouble too.
I know. We got Marxist prime minister.
Yeah.
I came to America legally.
Fake news. I don't know how you guys sleep at night.
It's up to you. What do you want to know?
Every single day.
We're from Reuters. Oh, cool. Just tell us why you came out.
Because I'm fed up with all the fake news people, in particular CNN, and all the 99.9% of the TV people are against Trump. Is that for me to hold?
Yeah, no, that's just just for me to report.
And all the TV all the media are against Trump, and I'm fed up with it.
Can you give me your name?
Jim Whalen, West Palm Beach.
Whalen, W-H-E?
W-H-E-L-A-N.
Your age?
59.
59. And what do you do for a living?
I'm an advertising guy.
Advertising. And did you come out tonight after the news happened?
Yeah.
And what do you think of what's happening now?
I think it's great that the people are here. I think it's great that the people are standing in the background of all the TV people, showing them how they feel. I think it's great that the public is showing their support in a public place, and nobody's invading anybody's space, which is important.
What do you think of this? I think there's a raid on the Mar-a-Lago residence, and they're looking for documents. What do you think about that?
I think, in my own opinion, I think it's another unjust, made-up thing like the impeachment hoaxes, and same with the January 6th. Because Trump didn't do anything wrong with January 6th because he ordered the National Guard. Nancy Pelosi denied it. And there's a guy on Newsmax that spoke about that he was there in the room with Trump. That's where I get that information from.
Great. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for. Good night, sir. She's great at changing Kamala Harris is great at changing Joe Biden's diapers. And she spanks him for being bad and then puts a nipple back in his mouth after she cleans him up.
Thanks.
You're the man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reuters is more accurate than everybody else.
We like to think so.
Yeah.
That's why I like working for them.
Yeah, I appreciate what you guys do.
Sure, we all had it. I didn't have it, but since I'm sure I had it because my family always had it. I never even took a test. I'm like, no, I'm not going to.
Tomorrow is the day when you're going to want to buy the physical copy of the newspaper. You're going to want to buy it and fold it carefully, maybe put it in a little archival paper or parchment if you don't have that. Just put it away someday. You might, depending on how saucy you're feeling, you might want to just note, perhaps in archival ink in the margin of tomorrow's paper, note anniversary of Richard Nixon's resignation as president. People will get a kick out of that some years down the road. I mean, the reason you might buy tomorrow's paper is because if the world doesn't collapse into ash by then, your grandkids' someday are going to look at that old physical newspaper you were able to save from August 9th, 2022, and they are going to goggle at the thought of what your life must have been like. They are going to goggle at the thought of what it must have been like for you to see something like this happening in your lifetime, in real time, for the first time ever in American history, having no idea how it would play out. Nothing like this has ever happened before, and we don't know how this ends. Tonight's news that the FBI has raided the home of the immediate past president of the United States. It feels both astonishing and sort of inevitable in equal measure.